this is gonna sound weird, but I think it's important to tell yourself that while it does matter, it doesn't really matter, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna use coffee chats as an example because that's just a word that's thrown around in the business world so much.
Mm.
I hate coffee chats. I hate talking to new people. I don't think I'm good at it. I get like really embarrassed. I get flustered. I have to prepare questions, stuff like that. Um, and I tell myself, like, oh, this could be the new job. This could be like the next big thing. And if I ask like a dumb question or I don't know what to say, I'm gonna be like hitting myself because I'm like, oh shoot, I could have messed this up. And then I zoom out, I'm like, does it really matter? And I don't think about that in the moment because I'm pissed at myself for messing up, you know. But if I'm reflecting on it later, I'm in like a different mental space. I can be like, who cares? I'm like not gonna see that person ever again. It has no implication on the life that I think really matters. And we can talk about that more later. I don't think a job is what defines you. And I think like coffee chats is part of the path to getting to that job point. I don't think that's really what defines you. And it's important, like asking a girl out, like you're never gonna see that girl again. Maybe you will. It's okay. You know, I think you're gonna regret not doing it more so than you're gonna feel embarrassed in the moment if case rejection happens.
Yeah, no, I completely agree.
Yeah.
I think my observation is you're saying right now, you're like, man, in the coffee chat, I'm pissed, or like
Yeah.
I'm nervous, or I'm sweating, and I feel
Yeah.
like I'm not doing great. And then you have the realization later
Mhm.
that this doesn't matter.
Mhm.
And I think what a lot of people try to do, including myself, is that happens. And then I bet you, your next coffee chat, right? You're going to go into it telling yourself, hey, this doesn't matter. This doesn't matter. You're going to be fine. But then when you're in the moment in the coffee chat, you're probably still going to freak out,
100%.
right? It's like kind of a reoccurring loop where you
Yeah.
tell yourself, like, oh, like, I'm going to be fine. Shit the bed. Doesn't matter. I'm going to be fine. Shit the bed. Doesn't matter, right?
Yeah.
And I think what might help, and something I'm going to start trying, right, is like trying to really go into it and in the moment be really good about bringing in that awareness that comes
Mhm.
after.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or like
It's so hard.
breathing.
It
It's
is
so
so hard.
hard.
I don't know why it's so hard too, because now reflecting on it, it's like, it's just a coffee
It makes
chat.
it doesn't matter at
Yeah,
all.
yeah, it does not. It does not. But in
It's
the moment, you're like, "Mm,
well, I've been thinking about this with public speaking, right? Like
also true."
the last 6 months, I've spoken to over 500 people, like in audience, just me upstage, 30-minute presentation, 500 people, right? And then I do a presentation for 5 people for a class, and I'm fucking nervous.
Yeah.
And like I don't do that good. And I'm just like, why is that still happening?
Yeah.
Why am I still nervous before I get up on this stage? Why
Mhm.
does this still matter so much?
Mhm.
I know I'm good at it. I know it doesn't matter that much.
Mhm.
I know like I'm gonna be fine, but like it still gets you. Like
Mhm.
I don't know what the answer is yet, but there's got to be something other than mentally just talking yourself into it because that just
Yeah.
doesn't work.
It doesn't.
It doesn't work.
And I don't know what I could do better, you know? I don't know if anyone's cracked that code yet. I think that just me
Yeah, I mean, it'll be a
part of being
conversation for future episodes. And the next thing I'm gonna try is, I guess, breathing. I know breathing's really important, at least for athletes. Like I know
Oh, yeah.
a lot of books that I've read are like about like, hey, when you need to perform, you need to be present, and if you want to be present, you need to breathe.
Yeah, I think funny story, I was with my friend at his winery for, spring break, a couple weeks ago, and he has a gun range on the property, and I never shot a gun before, so I was learning all the gun safety, everything about it, and I was ready to shoot a gun, and we had these little, like, wine bottles because it's on a winery, so you just shoot the wine bottles, you know? And I was like I was missing, and I was shaking, and I was like, "Oh, you just shake, that's normal, right?" But the main technique to stop that is actually breathing. And I don't think that's something that people would really think about normally. You just be like, oh, concentrate more, really.
Think more.
Yeah, like think harder, aim better, whatever it is. But it's really just breathing. It's really just being in the moment. It's calming down. And that's the best way you can concentrate and really like I said, be in the moment. So
Yeah.
maybe it transfers over to other things.
And if you break it down too, like what does breathing do? Helps you think less, right? There's a lot of really cool studies that I've read that show the more you think about yourself, the less happy you are.
Mm,
So I think
that ain't crazy to say. Yeah.
that's a part of it too.
Yeah.
Of like you're just thinking about yourself. Like even when you're trying to coach yourself in that moment, you're actually just thinking about yourself more,
Mm,
which might be the problem is just thinking about yourself.
mm,
So that could be another thing we can try is like
mm,
use the breathing, but then also just like think about karaoke. I don't know, thinking about sports.
Something random, yeah.
Because now that I think about it, I did do this once for OCG when we did
Mm.
our midterm presentations, and I knew I knew what I was gonna say, and then when my group went up there, I was, like, the 3rd one to talk, and I remember I wasn't paying attention at all. Like, I kid you not, I wasn't paying attention at all. I was thinking about other things, and then and then Kamran was like, "And now Nick will go." And I was like, "Thank you, Kamran." And then I did it, and I, like, crushed it,
Yeah.
right? But I was like, I wasn't thinking about it at all,
Mhm.
which I've completely forgot about until now.
That's funny.
So we're gonna have to try that out.
Yeah.
Okay, just find any way to not think about yourself.
Yeah, because I think oftentimes when you are waiting for your turn for, like, a group presentation or an OCG presentation, you're thinking about what you're gonna say over and over and over and over again, trying not to forget anything.
Yeah.
But I think the act of thinking it over and over and over again actually, like, makes it easier to forget. And then you're almost, like, memorizing it in your head, and then all of a sudden you forget the script, and that's when you stumble.
You were talking about girls earlier, right? Like, when you're on a date, why are you nervous? Because you're worried about what they're gonna think about you.
Yeah.
You're thinking about yourself again. When you do a job interview, what do you think about? You're worried about, what is this job person gonna think about me,
Mm.
right?
Mm.
When you're thinking about what kind of job you're gonna get, you're nervous about, "Oh, are people gonna look down on me because my job's bad? Are people gonna look
Mm.
up to me because my job's awesome and make a lot of money?"
Mm.
And so maybe we cracked the code.
All comes back to comparison, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Just thinking about yourself. Oh my god, you're so right. Comparison.